Man, I cannot believe it's already the second episode.
I know, it feels so soon. Are you. I. I see you have some bright ideas up there.
I see it. Well, not only I got some bright ideas, I got some good ones too. I'm going to Arizona to see my uncle, having a great party with all my cousins' friends. I'm gonna have a great time. What about you?
That's great. For Christmas, so excited to see my family, to eat some yummy food, do some dancing, maybe some ice skating, just enjoy the Christmas festivities.
I am glad to hear that. Wait a minute. Why are we holding microphones? We're not broadcasting, right? Wait, that's a camera. Why are we rolling? Hi everyone. Happy holidays. Welcome back to
It's always something. Hi, everyone. I'm Alvine, and I'm one of your co-hosts for today, and I'm here with.
Maxton.
And today we will be interviewing some of the groups from BTC. First, starting off with the research group. We're here with.
Hi guys, I'm Avani.
Hello, I'm Cyrus.
Yeah, and we're part of the research group.
Yes.
Well, thanks. We're glad to have you. Now that we know your names, how did you first hear about BTC?
So I first heard about BTC because they presented to a board that I was on, and I had a lot of friends last year that were in BTC, and they would always share their food from BTC with me. But yeah, after hearing the research group present, it sounded like something that I actually wanted to be a part of, so I joined this year.
Yeah. I first found out about BTC maybe my freshman or sophomore year. We had a teacher aide in our humanities class, and she was a part of BTC. She kind of ran the summit every year, and she was advertising for it, and she invited everyone to just attend. So I attended the summit a couple of years, and I decided to just join for myself to see how it truly went behind the scenes.
Well, we're glad to see you again here.
Yes.
Well, I got some other questions for you. Well, what makes your group stand out since you're doing all this work?
So our group, since we're research, we're the only group that does policy advocacy. And we make public comments at things like the Daly City Board and even our school district board. And we kind of push out that information that we learned through our research.
That's great, you guys. What has your group been working on?
Well, right now, we've kind of been working on just improving our researching skills at first. We're still kind of planning the ideas of what we're going to research. And we've been having groups come down to just help improve our skills and help teach us the ways of researching. We've had the Tobacco Education Coalition from the San Mateo County come down and help teach us just the steps on passing.
How to make public comments.
Yes,
Yeah.
making public comments and just the steps on making those comments. We also had another group. I forget the name of it.
It was
L-
like, yeah, the Youth Learning Institute or something
Yeah,
like
so
that. The leadership, yeah.
Yes, and that group was also really helpful because it just again helped teach us the ways of researching and just collecting information for our research.
Wow. How much information do you guys have so far?
Well, we have some from last year, and I think this year is more about dividing and conquering. So we're gonna split up into smaller groups and then research, go more deeper into certain parts. Like I think we have some about tobacco-related things. We're going deeper into how women don't really feel safe at schools because of bullying and school fights and stuff like that. So that's a new topic that we want to dive deeper into. So yeah, it's a lot of building from last year, and then we're gonna start researching new topics as well.
That's great. Max, do you have a question? Anything?
Well, seeing how much you have done for this work and it seems very important, why do you think this work is important?
Well, I feel like this work is important to really show the numbers and just to show really the statistics that are kind of just increasing throughout the years. Because from last year, we have the numbers that the previous years of BTC have kind of collected, but this year it's kind of our job to show how much it has like increased in numbers of drug abuse or fights in schools. So it just shows the difference from last year to this year.
Yeah, and I also think that our research has a lot to do with people our age, and that's kind of our target audience for a lot of our research. And we learn new things almost every single time that we start researching stuff, so it's kind of important that we push that information out there for other teenagers our age as well.
That's good. Yeah. Do you guys think? Well, I know you're new this year. What about both of you guys are new this year?
This is
right?
our first year in research.
Well, building off, since you guys build off information from last year, how do you think that helps or affects your case? Since you guys are not case, but like all the research you have so far, like how does that help it if you guys are working off some of this information that you have last year?
Well, I mean, we have people in the research group that were here last year and that actually researched the topics last year. And so it's not really like we're in our own group in research. So we have other resources to work with. We have our group leader, Miguel, who's amazing and helps us a lot too. If we're ever stuck with anything, he'll help us and maybe help us find sources too. And yeah, we use our peers that were here last year as well to kind of catch us up on the research that they did last year.
That's good. What are your goals for this year, in and outside of BTC?
I guess we could both share. Well, for me, I kind of just want to really give out this information for everyone, let everyone really know the numbers and just what's really going on. Because before I joined BTC, I did not really know what was going on, and I still don't really know. But through the research that we're gonna go through, we're gonna learn just what's going on, and I feel like that's really important to kind of knowledge or to educate everyone about what's really going on.
Yeah. And I think my goal, this is kind of tough. My goal in and out of BTC is always to learn new things. With research, there's a lot of things that you might already know, and there's some things that you think you know, but you end up going down a whole rabbit hole. So it's just you never know what the truth is until you actually research it. So that's one of my goals is to learn something new, and maybe to I feel like we all have facts in our heads that we might think is true, and then you research it and it's actually not true. So to just make sure that all the information that we put out there is real and has been researched and confirmed through multiple sources. So, yeah.
Wow. It's a very, very thoughtful goals to achieve. Speaking of achieving, what's your plan to achieve these goals?
I don't really know. What is our plan? I feel like our main plan to achieve this goal is kind of like we previously said, to divide and conquer, but also rely on one another in the research group. We all are very close because we do a lot of bonding, group bondings and icebreakers. So, yeah, I think how we're going to achieve this goal is to just everyone focuses on a certain topic that they want to go deeply into and to research deeply, and then to just help out one another. Yeah.
Yeah. I like to add on. One of the groups that we had come down kind of taught us about asking certain groups of people and how the information that comes from these groups will kind of differentiate between age groups. So I feel like asking maybe younger generations about what's going on will give us better information, and that could just kind of help us with the numbers overall. But like Avani said, just being together and having a close group that we could rely on each other with.
Yeah.
That's good. Community is very important. What is your favorite part of BTC or a favorite memory so far?
I would say one of my favorite parts is how strong our support system in BTC is. We have Mary, who is always there for anything. If anything happens, she's very understanding. And then, yeah, in research, we have Miguel, who's, like I said, is always there to help us if we're ever, like, stuck somewhere or if we need help, like, searching something up. So, yeah, we have a nice support system.
Yeah. We always, the beginning of BTC, we always have a check-in question, and I feel like that's really good for all of us to just get to know each other more and build the community, like you said, of BTC. And I feel like that's just the greatest aspect of BTC is the community that we have and just how we keep on improving it every day.
We have really fun icebreakers.
Yes.
What's one of your favorites? If you guys can remember.
We had one where we actually all started fighting, but it kind of brought us closer together. We were given like a list of people like celebrities, good and bad, and like people that we know, like staff and stuff, and then also like general public. But we only had like certain amount of parachutes, and we had to choose who we wanted to save, and we had to list them from most important to least important in terms of like how much food we want to give everyone. And there was a lot of what is it called, arguments,
Yeah,
and a lot
there's
of
a lot of
people disagreed
debates.
on who should get the most amount of food. So yeah, it was like celebrities, like
Yeah, it was a little heated, but
It was
overall,
really-
I feel like it brought us together, even
Yeah.
though there were some arguing.
but there were also like some times where we all agreed. It was like a
Yeah.
unanimous vote, so it was
Yeah.
good.
But overall, it was really fun.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
It's very interesting. Well, another good question is, what are you most looking forward to in BTC or maybe in school?
I think I'm looking forward to like practicing my speaking skills because in the research group we're going to be making a lot of public comments and going to the district board and the Daly City City Council. And so yeah, I just want to practice being able to speak in front of a large group of people and in front of adults as well, and with like no script in front of me too, which is kind of scary. Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly would say the same thing. I feel like improving my speaking skills would just overall be the kind of like the goal in mind, and just we're gonna be, like Avani said, making a lot of public comments. So being able to do that in like an orderly fashion, just like you're supposed to have those comments kind of quick, like I think under a minute or 30 seconds even. So just being precise on what you want to say, and while still having your point across is, I think, the main thing
It's
for
tricky.
me. Yeah, it's really tricky, but
Yeah.
That's good though. It teaches you like life skills and how to think quick on your feet and just have all that information. What is one message you want people to know?
I think. I don't know. One message. Wow. I would say that nobody knows everything, and it's like once you admit that there's a lot that you don't know, you can start learning more.
That's good.
I feel like there's many different people that experience things differently, and there's things that people might do that you don't understand at first because of the way maybe you were raised and grown, but maybe other people were grown differently and raised differently. So to not really kind of hold them against that because of what, like, their actions and maybe their reasoning, and maybe just being open-minded to people experiencing life differently. I feel like because we see that a lot in schools and stuff for the research that we've been going over, just like people maybe bullying others, and people kind of see them as these just, I don't know how to describe it, but like people just filled with hatred, and that's like almost never the case. It's kind of like something that they've experienced before, so it's just taking that into consideration.
Yes. Okay. And then one more question. How do you think the research group has affected you personally, or like has changed your perspective on stuff?
Wanna answer this one first?
Yeah, I feel like it's just um, overall, I don't know. It's um, like I don't know how to answer it. Um,
It was how has it affected us? I
Or-
think
It's okay. We can give you guys some time to think about that. But
I think it's just improved myself overall, and just like the way I research and kind of look at others.
it taught me how to be more like precise in the questions that I ask, because if you ask a broad question, it's hard to target it and to create a target audience that you want to ask it to. So that was one of the things that we learned, where it was like, how do I make this question more specific to who I want to send it out to? Because if we did like, how are teens in California accessing like tobacco products, we would have to survey everyone in California. Whereas if you make it more specific, like in Daly City or in Pacifica, it makes your job a lot easier as well.
wow, thanks for the tip. Well, that's it for now. Thank you guys for joining us on the podcast today.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys.
Yes,
Thank you for having
so
us.
much for having us.
Thank you. Okay. We wish you the best. We will see the next group.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Yay! It was great to hear the research group in all their perspectives. Their messages were amazing. They do a lot. But now we have a second group here for us. And please welcome our next group.
Hello. Can you guys please introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Sarah,
And I'm Chloe.
and we're part of the summit group for BTC.
Well, hey guys. Nice to have you. Yeah, how long have you been in BTC for?
This is both of our first years here.
That's good. How did you first hear about it?
I heard about it through my friends. They talked about how they educated people on some substance prevention and mental health, and that interested me, so I wanted to join.
Yeah, that applies to me too. A lot of my friends are in BTC, and a lot of the times they invited me to the summit where we could learn more about the topics that BTC provided, and so I was really interested and I wanted to join.
Wow, thanks. You have anything you want to add, Max?
Well, since this summit group is very important, what makes your group stand out?
I think that we stand out because the culmination of our work is produced into this one event called the Summit. So it's where a bunch of people gather and we educate them about substance abuse and social media and stress, and it's just a way to educate the public, and especially it's targeted towards people like our age, because we know how they might struggle with these topics. So yeah. Is there anything to add?
I think she said everything I was gonna say.
That's good. What has your group been working on recently?
So we split our group up into two groups. So one is talking about substance abuse, and then one is talking about mental health. We're a part of mental health, and both groups are creating videos, educational videos. Our group is creating a mental health video to address mental health and how people deal with stress and how different situations lead to stress.
Okay. How do you think that has helped? Or like, you guys make videos. Have you guys put that out yet? Had them?
Those videos are going to be part of the slideshows that we're doing. We haven't recorded them yet, but stay tuned to watch them.
Okay.
Wow, looks like you've been doing a lot of work. Why do you think that work is important?
I think it's important because educating the youth is like one of our main goals here at BTC, and we're talking about these really like deep and hard topics for people, and I think that educating them is really important for the community and just for people to like know that it's okay to like what they're going through. Yeah.
Okay, since you guys are working with people around like our age range, how do you think it is important, or like in what ways is it important to like connect with them on? Like, what do you guys do to like try and see their perspective, I guess, or try to like just like establish a bond?
I think since we're part of like the close age range of being youth, I think that we kind of experience the same experiences. So we're trying to incorporate that into what we're putting out there. So we're incorporating like similar experiences that we go through. Like for example, in high school we all present things and we all get nervous. And that's part of something that brings us stress. So we kind of incorporated that into what we do.
Yeah, and I think that making it come from like the youth voice is extremely important because people know that we're talking about it more. So I think that having the youth voice talk about it and educate people about the summit is really imperative in making people our age feel more comfortable and okay to talk about the topic.
I think to add on a little bit to what she said, I think it's different from coming from like youth led, because let's say if it's coming from adults, I feel like they can't connect as much. So since we're youth, we can connect more with our audience.
Yeah. You wanna ask
Cool.
something?
Man, those goals do seem pretty encouraging.
It is.
Then,
Yeah.
what is your plan to achieve these goals?
I think that making sure that everyone follows their tasks diligently and making sure that we stay on schedule so that the event's really organized is really going to help the whole event, the summit, run smoother in general.
And also just to make sure our information is clear so that everyone can understand it.
Okay. So far, what is your favorite part or memory of BTC?
I think, or maybe our favorite part, but especially mine, is how welcoming the community is, especially people like Mary, Mon, Miguel, everyone else. When I'm heading to BTC after school, they're always at the door, having a big smile on their face, having always a positive attitude, and I think that's what's my favorite part.
Yeah, just to add on to you, I think that like how tight knit the community for BTC is just makes it like what you said all the more welcoming, and that we're working together in this tight knit community towards something that's super beneficial for the community and educational. So yeah, that's really important.
Okay. So one of our last question. What would you want people to know about BTC? Like, what is a message that you want to put out there?
I think that we just want you guys to know that whatever you're going through, it's like it's okay and it's understandable, and people have gone through it before. And I think that you just need to know that people are there for you, and yeah.
I think since also BTC covers alcohol and drug prevention, I think that if anyone is stressed out there and you feel the need to turn to drugs or alcohol, that you should know that there's also there's always other alternatives, like family, friends, school councils. There's help out there, numbers. So there's always a better alternative than drugs for your health.
Yeah, we just want you to know that people are there for you.
Okay, well, that's time. And thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you so
Thank
much
you.
for having us.
here. Thanks. We'll hope to see you again soon.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow. Well, that was amazing. Shout out to the Research and Summit group of BTC. And we see you again.
Bye, guys. See you
Happy
soon.
holidays.
Happy holidays.
And we'll
Stay safe.
see you in episode 3.